Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 slot. And for Los Angeles, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Al Paul in the game against Philadelphia. Very impressive. Brent, 2 explosive backcourts. When you were playing, who was the toughest guard that you found to defend?
Well, I would start off with a guy named Allen Iverson. And the reason that I start with that, Kevin, the reason I start with Kevin is I just saw the back of the jersey all the time, so I remember Iverson clear as day. But if I went deeper, I would tell you guarding the Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond at the time when he was playing for the Sacramento Kings. They would run an offensive set, much like for Reggie Miller, multiple screens by a bunch of guys who were big and strong. That was not good for me to try to fight through those kind of screens. But if you gave Mitch Richmond 8 inches, 2 points.
And Richmond was strong and had bulk to his body.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Kevin.
I can see the bruises. That free throw good from George.
Really in 2019, an up and down year and an almost MVP caliber performance from one Paul George. And there were times when they stood out in the Western Conference as possibly the best team and ended up settling for a 6th seed and an exit in the first round.
Now here's Paul, just 5 to shoot. Over Beverly. Paul's shot is off. Outside, George. Over Paul. Misses off the left iron. And the Thunder with another early exit in the postseason, Brent, as you said.
I think a little bit shocking in the offseason that Russell Westbrook would be the guy to ultimately be traded. You thought that every night they had a chance to compete with Russell averaging triple-doubles over the past 3 seasons, but unable to deal with some of the salary cap restrictions that they have. So the rebuild is on.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. To the paint, here's Gallinari. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Gallo's so smart on the inside with his array of fakes and moves. He's always a threat to draw fouls on shot attempts like that.
Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
The first one falls. Well, last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now, on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
Gallinari hits them both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's Leonard. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. Here's Ferguson. Count it from 12.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Here's Beverly. The Thunder making the shot. To the middle. Here's Leonard. From down in the low post, it goes.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Going over the matchups, it's clear how much he respects Chris Paul's game. Arguably the best point guard of his era, and still getting it done. Kevin, they'll need to try and figure out a way to rein him in tonight.
Thank you, David. Here's Zubac, following the basket by Chris Paul. Beverly with the ball. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Ball against Patterson. That one good for 2. Paul's got his second bucket of the night.
Some of the success to Chris Paul being able to drive has to do with his devastating mid-range game. He makes the defense play him honestly everywhere on the floor.
Now, here is George. He played real well against Atlanta in that last game. Ball against Beverly. Outside for George. And the 3 off target.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Up and in on the layup.
Good route there from Beverly in transition. So quick and then really decisive on his line to the basket.
The Thunder with the lead. Now here's Paul. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Again, Oklahoma City.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
Thunder coming to this one after the win against Philadelphia.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Now, here is Gallinari. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Leonard. Gallinari down low. Patterson's there. A nice shot by Gallinari.
Just a great move by Gallo with the dribble.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 5. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
Yeah, these two teams were so similar in so many ways last season, both in the standings and on the court. Very interested to find out who has the edge this time around.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
The first free throw is good. Early part of the season, Brent, did you take a while to get back in the swing of things, or were you ready to go out of the gates?
In order to stay in the NBA, Kevin, no, I could not do that.
Right, yeah.
I could not do that.
You played 14 years.
I loved coming into training camp being in tip-top shape. It really was something I took a lot of pride in, is that I wanted to be going so that our practices for our coaching staff was something we could get through. Now, I understood the role of other guys on the team where it might take a little while for them to get going, but for my mindset and my confidence in the year, I wanted to make sure that the offseason and the work that I was putting in, because that's where players improve the most, I was going to come into camp ready to go.
2 points. That one goes. Leonard's got 6 points.
Now, being aggressive in the painted area, you love the attacking element that Kawhi Leonard brings to the game.
Paul against Beverly. Baseline J on the way. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverly is one of them.
And Patrick Beverly always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through them.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
one of the better perimeter defenders in the game, and in the golden age of scoring point guards, Patrick Beverley doing his best to slow them down on a nightly basis.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Boy, that win against the 76ers, he's another guy who really showed up to play. 6 on the shot clock. Adams finds Gallinari. From deep. No good on the shot. The Clippers go the other way with it. Nobody near Leonard. And the Clippers miss again. The Thunder have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Adams. Rebound by Harrell.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively. There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
And here now the Thunder. The Clippers getting the bucket. Stolen by George. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Schroeder. Pass to George. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Well, he's capable of making you pay there. Gilgeous-Alexander in a nice rhythm.
Williams dishes to Beverley. Leonard against Gallinari. From the stripe. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. With a break in the action, let's take a peek at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. And the top rebounding teams in the league this season. The Clippers in second.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And George kicks to Williams. 5 on the clock. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Thunder trailing by 3. Here's Schroeder. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's the lob to Adams.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
And so Beverley will bring it up for Los Angeles. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
It took just a little bit of time, but once they figured out the D on that night, man, their offense was rolling.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Harkless comes in for Patrick Beverley. So it's the Clippers now. And stolen by Diallo. Schroeder looking around, down low, and stolen by Harrell. Harkless the pass to George. He can't get that one to fall. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent. Something you're active in right now. And, you know, there are some players who are playing correctly, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
And role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of their organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Kevin.
Diallo, the pass to Noel. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And the rejection by Harrell. And he gets the bucket. The Clippers in the lead. George looking over the floor. The Thunder pull it in.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Lou Williams.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Oklahoma City shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And he can't get the first one. That one drops. He ties it up. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's George. And hits one. Maybe he's ready to get back on track. George has got 7.
Paul George in the mid-range area, just dominating that possession.
And here's Diallo. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Noel finds Schroeder. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Williams. It's hauled in by Diallo. 1:06 left in the first quarter of the game. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Trying to get more confident shooting from the interior. Schroeder wants to keep adding some elements to the offensive end of his game.
Passes it to Harrell. Here's Harkless. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot.
That's good from Harkless. Thunder trailing by 3. Now Diallo. 40 seconds left in the first. Here's Baisley. 5 to shoot. Here's Schroeder. That doesn't go either for Schroeder. Clippers leading by 3. Loads it up there for Harrell. And stolen by Noel. Here's Schroeder. Finished off the break. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the night.
Schroeder, one of those guys who likes to change speeds on the floor and uses it to great effectiveness.
George with the ball. With 1 on the clock. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Clippers on top. They lead by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
I ain't said anything for me. I don't really give a. Oh man. cause I'm all up. Ran up on him. I ain't said he never fuck me.
Chris Paul talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Paul George is out there with Williams. Then there's Harrell. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Green in at the 4 spot.
Well, it's been up and down the last few years for Nerlens Noel, but there are still some impactful numbers for the minutes that he's on the floor as a rim protector.
No good on that one. And for Noel, his numbers will never match the visual impact he has on the floor, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he's definitely a player about the little things out there, just being a rim protector, making sure that guys think about him when they're attacking the rim.
That one is no good.
And Nerlens Noel, since coming into the league, seemingly has fought an uphill battle to try to find a role on a team where he can consistently make key contributions. Let's hope it's now.
And the Thunder making a change here. Paul's checked in. On defense, the Thunder. It's a 3-point game. Williams, that's good. Williams has got his second basket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Williams against Schroeder. Over Williams. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And that's now 6 points for Dennis Schroeder. George against Schroeder. And George, here we go. And the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate and does so there.
Paul passes to Schroeder. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Williams against Paul. Some solid D from Paul.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Shots good by Williams.
Yeah, it's pretty much unguardable there. You got to respect Lou Williams' ability to guide those floaters softly into the rim.
Now here's Paul. He has 7. Noel finds Diallo. Clock at 6. Schroeder against Williams. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Great move off the dribble from Schroeder there to lose the defense.
Williams looking over the floor. Beyond the arc. Cans it from downtown. Williams has got 9.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Schroeder, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And you watch Dennis Schroeder, you can see how deadly Brent he can be when he's locked in.
Well, he accepted the role in Oklahoma City about coming off the bench and trying to be a spark plug. For Schroeder, it's really about consistency, Kevin.
And the first one drops. The defensive rules were different when you played, Brent. For example, the elimination of the hand check.
Hand checking was huge because great defensive guards like a Derek Harper or a Mookie Blaylock could get their forearm on you and basically move you around rather than you trying to get where you want to go. And the other thing, Kevin, that they did was they didn't allow you to have the time in the free throw line. You have a 2.9 before in the legal defense. It used to be a game really of 2 stars on one side of the floor operating, and the rest of the guys sort of shoveled off in the corner on the other side. All those things have changed with the way the league has gone.
For the better.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, freedom of movement, fluidity of the athletes. It's definitely a better game in terms of the movement.
Now Schroeder following the three-point attempt by Lou Williams.
Lightning quick first step from Schroeder. Phenomenal at throwing down that one on the drive.
The pass to Green. Ball against Williams. And a miss there on the triple.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
As good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
A step-back shot here. Goes back up. And the rejection by Noel. Here's Schroeder. Lays it up off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Thunder lead.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And here is Williams. He's coming off a 25-point game against Atlanta.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Now here's Williams to stop the run. Here's Beverly. It's hauled in by Diallo. Diallo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the inside. And Muscala kicks to Noel. Great D that time from Harrell. Clippers trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Harkless finds Green. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded by Diallo. With the teardrop and the rejection by Noel. Ahead. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The Clippers in second.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
And the first one at the line is good.
And thinking back to last postseason, the Clippers did not back down to the Warriors at all.
Well, LA was a much more physical team. I think they knew going in that the only way that they had a shot was to be disruptive, and they brought that on both ends of the floor, and that was going against a healthy Kevin Durant at the time. They took 2 games last year in that series, and the way in which they played, that spirit might have caught the attention of one Paul George and one Kawhi Leonard.
Now here's Beverly. 5 points in the game. Here's Leonard trying to end the drought. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Steven Adams picks one up.
And we all know what a tough cover Kawhi has become. The defender got caught in a bad position and is kicking himself for it now.
Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name on the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
The free throw drops for Leonard. I'll grade the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
Ferguson kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Ferguson. Here's Gallinari, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Lou Williams.
Amazing year last year to see Gallinari fully healthy. So valuable when he's out there on a consistent basis, and he can score from anywhere on the floor.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
And he makes the first. And so he makes both from the line.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
Just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Leonard's got 11 points.
Now, Beverly's teammates and coaches love to see this, making an effort to move the ball and find the open man.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Beverly against Paul. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 13 points in the game.
Steady strides in Kawhi Leonard being more and more comfortable as the go-to scorer for this team.
Gallinari outside. Drops in the layup for 2. Gallinari's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak. The shot by Williams, no good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
It's good.
Well, he made some kind of adjustment to his game after a poor first half. He's been impressive shooting the ball during the second.
Here is Williams. Gallinari making his last shot. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick, and
Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class. Here, let's look at the stats for Kawhi Leonard. Averaging around 26 points per, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
Williams. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable with his length.
Well, it's just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
Leonard against Gallinari. Leonard, no luck. The Thunder leading by 9. Gallinari kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside. Bazley, good. Bazley's got his first bucket of the night.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
For 3, Williams. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Gallinari. Pass to Bazley. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Ferguson. He's guarded by Williams. They grab their own miss. Adams off target at the rim.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. Pass to Williams. A floater, and Adams sends it back.
Well, Steven Adams is very much capable of anchoring a defense right there in a great spot to get the block.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Patterson, following the score by Oklahoma City. Williams kicks to Patterson. Los Angeles with another miss. The Thunder leading by 13. Knocks it loose. Leonard with the steal. To the paint. Here's Williams. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Williams has got 11.
A little awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Ferguson. Great D that time from Leonard.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Adams' shot is off. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And with that, the Thunder lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Leonard.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
One shot.
You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You know, Patrick Beverley is going to come at you every night, just an inspiring player that way, and daring the defense to get physical with him on that play.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Beverley. And the Thunder making a change here. Both free throws good from Beverley. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Schroeder, left side. The putback can't get the putback. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Dennis Schroeder playing terrific basketball in this one. He had 18 points and 1 assist. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy. And then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the three ball. Way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Ferguson in at the small forward. Schroeder passes to Ferguson. A 3-ball. Is shot by Paul, no good.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
To the left wing. 6 to shoot. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Gallinari. Offensive rebound. Zubac. And he converts the layup. Zubac has got the first points of the second half here for the Clippers.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Here's Ferguson. Shot, high post. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And then Leonard with the dunk.
I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Paul dishes to Adams. Gallinari surveying the D. Back to Adams from 12 feet out. And the rejection by Zubac.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Out to the wing. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. For the tie, Adams, some nice D.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Now here's Paul. He has 7.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
Ball against Beverly. High arcing shot. Now the pass to Ferguson. Lots of room. The Thunder with another miss.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Schroeder finds Adams. Ball against George. Adams down low. Back to Paul. Over George. And it's sent back by George.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
So for the Clippers, JaMychal Green comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Maurice Harkless subbed in for Patrick Patterson. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Oklahoma City. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
And really, Gallinari makes that one look so easy. He knew before he got the pass he was going to launch that jump shot. He did just that.
Pass to Leonard. Tries from 16. It's good. Leonard's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Ferguson. Shot clock at 6. Gallinari outside. That 3 off the mark.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
The shot by George, no good. Oklahoma City's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Now the feed to Paul. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. And that will be the third of 5 straight played at home. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And this is who he has become. Leonard with the great body control takes the hit and still able to sink the shot. And 1.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Yeah, and he wasn't someone you wanted to foul if you were defending him last season. 85% is what he made from the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel comes in for Steven Adams, and it's Muscala in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Free throw drops for Leonard.
Now, quiet is Kawhi Leonard, but don't let that mistake itself for a lack of competitiveness. He has that desire and drive to continue to get better.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And for Coach Billy Donovan of the Thunder, a lot on the line. In his last year of a 5-year contract with the team, the end result of this team will determine his future with the franchise.
Well, this team has never missed the playoffs under his watch, and the interesting thing with the massive trades that happened in the offseason, how much Billy Donovan gets the opportunity now to teach and coach this group of players.
Here's Ferguson. Paul George making his last shot. Here's Paul. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here now the Thunder. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Passes it to Ferguson. Kicks to Gallinari. Now Noel. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And it's Gallinari missing. Clippers leading by 3. To the middle. Green finds George. Over Noel, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And that's 13 points for Paul George. Thunder trailing by 5. Gallinari right side. Poked away. The dish to Noel. No good, shot missing. Great D that time from Leonard. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Here's Beverly. No good that time. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Gallinari wide open. Off the left rim and out. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 15-4 run. Harkless the pass to George. Feeds to Leonard. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. So for the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Diallo's checked in. Harrell kicks to Harkless. 6 to shoot. Over Noel. The shot by Harkless, no good. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Trailing by 5. There's the pass to Noel. Muscala with the ball. He's against Green. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Just Paul George showing how dominant he can be as a two-way player.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
2 years ago, Paul George and his curious travels about where he was going to land in terms of free agency made his way back to Oklahoma City. And a lot of people were wondering why he made that choice. Then a year later, at the behest of Kawhi Leonard, the trade goes down where Paul George ends up back in Los Angeles with the Clippers. You talk about a two-way threat along with Kawhi Leonard. What an unbelievable wing combination the Clippers have with these two.
Let's take a quick look at the point guards this year, racking up the most steals per game. Chris Paul, 4th.
And with these guys, they are always going to give you an equally outstanding effort at both ends of the floor. I mean, it takes very aggressive defense to put up steal numbers like that.
Well, proactive style of defense is one thing, but using your smarts is another. They've got great anticipation of where that ball is going on any given play. They've read the scouting report.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys in the bench. They are pumped up. Williams banked in off the glass. Williams has got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
In a way, Lou Williams, a little bit like J.R. Smith, he'll welcome the chance to finish off, especially if it's a difficult shot.
Now here's Noel. The shot by Paul, no good.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Outside Williams, tries from 16, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
Well, the in-between game is really nice from Lou Williams. Great at working his way into a place on the floor where he can attack you with a shot.
Now here's Paul. 7 points in the game. Pass to Muscala. Here's Noel. Down low. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Pass to George. He feeds it to Harkless. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. And stolen by Diallo. Got a hand on it. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And the wide open shot from Green. Los Angeles with another miss. Thunder trailing by 7. Shot good by Diallo. Diallo's got 4 this quarter.
Now, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Outside, George. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Harrell. Averaging about 18 points per, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up. Fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Clippers leading by 5. And George kicks to Patterson.
Right there.
Paul against Williams. Back to Patterson. Harkless the pass to Patterson. Shot clock at 5. Pulls it up. It's hauled in by Diallo. Diallo's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far. All the officials are all over that
one. He's made only 2 free throws, not shooting well from the line.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for Steven Adams. He's checked in for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Chris Paul. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And the Clippers franchise joined this league in 1970. They've never made it past the conference semifinals.
Yeah, but the last few years, when you talk about the landscape of Los Angeles, the Clippers have had a remarkable run. Much better record than the Lakers have had in Tinseltown. And so surprising to think of all the talent that's come through the Clipper doors in prior years. But this could be the year with these additions where they break through.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Schroeder. And George kicks to Harrell. Passes to Williams. The three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had one in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
Schroeder with the ball. He's got 18. From deep three-point range, can't get it to fall.
Paul George instincts right there, just taking over that possession. He's using his length right there to take away a lot of airspace for the shooter.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. They've got Paul George. Patrick Patterson is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Williams. And it's Harkless in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Guy's got some of the best hands in the league. Paul George instincts right there. Pokes that ball away.
Schroeder against George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
Clearly a foul.
Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
The team just cannot get into a groove from the free throw line. It's a common problem for them.
And he sinks the second.
Well, last season, maybe not a lot talked about with regards to how it is that the Oklahoma City team played defensively. Now, that's coming on the foundation of Paul George on the perimeter, so somebody's going to have to step up in that void. But it was a strength of their team, and we'll see if these other players in these roles can make sure they consistently stay good on that end of the floor.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
He kicks to Adams. And there's the pass to Diallo. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots from 12. Nice jump shot. Good. And Brent, going back to the defense, as the Thunder have lost some of their top scorers, guarding, defending has become a major emphasis.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting time in Oklahoma City for a lot of teaching to get done with these players who are going to have an opportunity to play minutes they have not played before. They look for length and athleticism and hopefully find some guys that have a defensive upside.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And Adams sends it back. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Diallo. Patterson finds Williams. Harkless with it. Just 5 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Williams can't get it to go.
And if you have to admire his confidence on that, but there's no way that's going to fall.
Coaches will tell you that's a bad shot, but when your teammates tell you that, you probably got to think about it.
Now here's Williams. To the inside. And there's Harrell. That's good on the assist by Williams. And the Clippers lead by 7.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Adams. Beverly against Schroeder. Here's Ferguson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Tries again. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, love the aggressive play here from Adams. He gets the shot he wants, and now another opportunity to challenge himself at the free throw line. Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in, and a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Gallinari's checked in. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Here's Schroeder following the score by Lou Williams. Gallinari finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Leonard with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Williams against Schroeder. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Gilgeous-Alexander becoming more and more comfortable where he can score on the floor.
Williams dishes to Harrell. Leonard on the wing. Sinks that one from the post. Leonard's got the lead up to 12 now for Los Angeles.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
There's Gallinari with the three. Rebound by Harrell. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Lets a floater go. Patterson lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Well, Patterson being a little more assertive in the offense here tonight, ready to shoot that time off the direct pass.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Guarded closely. They'll double him with Harrell. It's tipped. Beverly against Schroeder. Here's Gallinari, and Gallinari throws it down.
Fantastic attack by Gallinari. Once he realizes the defense was cheating up, took advantage of it.
Leonard looking over the floor. Leonard draws the double. That's good from Williams, the assist from Leonard. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Adams outside. Schroeder outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go with a 3. Oklahoma City the rebound. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on the Los Angeles Clippers.
Gilgeous-Alexander, such growth in his first year, continues to show he's learning this game.
Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Such a long and versatile guard that possesses a very intriguing and exciting skill set. Gilgeous-Alexander, lots of room to grow.
So he gets them both. And here is Los Angeles now. And here's George. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Oklahoma City.
Again, when you go from second to fourth gear, Paul George puts a lot of pressure on the defense that way.
Paul's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Throw good, Paul George.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Second free throw, no good. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Here's Beverly. Steven Adams making his last shot. Bounce pass from Beverly. Leonard draws the double, kicks it to Harrell. Clock at 6. Now here's Leonard. Tight defense on him. And Harrell slams it in.
When the shot's going up, it's fun to watch the way that Montrezl Harrell will attack a rebound. Crucial to this offense and his production.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
We've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He told them flat out, we are turning the ball over too much, guys. We can't keep making the hero ball play. Slow it down, run the offense, and make the safe pass. Back to you, Kevin.
And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
George against Schroeder. Pass to Paul. Over Beverly. The offensive rebound. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Adams.
The motor right now for Steven Adams is humming on the glass, getting after it.
Knocked loose. Paul with the steal. Here's Schroeder. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Schroeder's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Oklahoma City. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Is led by as many as 14 points. Los Angeles calls timeout. Beverly against Paul. Now Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it, and Leonard has it in the corner. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Gallinari leading the charge.
Now, Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Clippers leading by 7. Leonard on the wing. Leonard draws the double. Here's Patterson. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
They get it again. Adams misses the layup.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And it's good for 2.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
And it's sent back by George. And Gallinari kicks to Paul. Over Beverly. Can't hit from 12.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
At the line, Paul George. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
You wonder if Paul George finally has a situation here where he could show why he's an elite player, why he's an all-star, but to pay off how hungry he is to prove it with a late postseason run.
And George drops them both. Thunder trailing by 11. Schroeder outside. This one for three. The rebound by Patterson.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Now here's Paul. No good with the layup. Beverly looking around. Teardrop shot, and Adams sends it back. Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Leonard. Ferguson, the pass to Gallinari. And no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Down low, here's Harrell. Leonard trying to break free. And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Schroeder outside. The floater and the rejection by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're behind by 17. We've got 1:18 left in the 4th quarter. And Oklahoma City making a change here.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kawhi Leonard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Here's Kevin Gillen. 4 on the clock. The rebound by Steven Adams. And Adams has got the ball here for the Thunder. 15-point game. Here's Nader. That shot no good. Great D that time from Leonard. Passes it to Magruder. Here's Kabengele. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Some good